they ended up raising some money to keep it going for a little bit longer, but I don't know what the fate of Larry is going to be in the coming years.
Yes, this is Winging It, the show we talk about lobsters.
Yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff. And welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of Winging It. And as always, Amy is here joining me.
Hello, hello.
He's just back there somewhere. There he is, catching
Tracking
up.
behind you, catching up.
Yep.
What's your speed there, G?
My speed is 180 and slowly falling.
Nice.
I'll try and keep it at 180. Probably should speed it up a little bit. So if you joined us in the last episode, we started off flying from Agulwa to Mount Gambier. And we're about
Halfway.
70 odd miles from our start point. And I think we're almost halfway. My VFR map is still not functioning, so unfortunately I can't look at that. I'll have a look in the in-game or the in-cockpit GPS in a minute. We'll see how we're going. But yeah, we're in this episode. We'll just continue the journey. Hopefully, we'll make it to Mount Gambier and have a look at some of the sites around there before we land.
This whole section of coast, G, it's there's a lot of caves and stuff, isn't there? Like it's all limestone sort of formation. I remember going around Mount Gambier, especially. There's a lot of inland lakes that are actually fed from the sea. And a lot of people dive these caves, don't they?
Yeah, so as you get closer and closer to Mount Gambier, as you said, it used to be a volcanic area like millions of years ago, and there is a lot of limestone around there as well, and the ocean and the water table and everything kind of creates all these caves. And Mount Gambier is actually home to some of the best cave diving areas in the world. It's got tons of caves all filled with water, and a friend of mine does cave diving down there quite often. And I myself started the cave diving course, but that kind of fell through, so never got to finish it. But yeah, there's a lot of lakes and caves and all sorts of interesting formations. There is an extinct volcano down there as well called Mount Shank, which we'll have
we'll actually
a look
fly
once we get
over
there.
that. I think we fly over that as part of our flight path. I think maybe it's further to south than we fly, but yeah, we got.
It's a little bit further south than we fly, but if we we'll definitely make a point of having a look at it either on the way in or maybe on the way out of Mount Gambier. Probably on the way out, I would imagine, because it's kind of on the way. So.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's a very interesting area of South Australia. I've been down there many times, and it's yeah, very very interesting place. We'll see the Blue Lake and a few other bits and pieces as well.
I think Mount Gambier is most known for it's Mount Gambier, but it's actually probably more known for the lake. Really.
Yeah.
Well, lakes, there's a few around.
Yeah, you've got Blue Lake. You've got actually, I can't remember the name of the other ones. There's
Little Blue Lake.
Actually, there is a Little Blue Lake, but it's not actually in part of the the lake. No.
Big Blue Lake.
No, that's not one. But no, there's like 3 lakes really close together, and they're all kind of in the caldera of an extinct volcano as well. And yeah, it's a very interesting place to visit.
We're going to start to track inland from the Coorong in about 2 minutes, I think. So.
Alrighty. What I might do is I might turn my my autopilot on here just for like a
demonstration
altitude hold. Yeah, and just an altitude hold as well.
Okay.
Or actually, we could probably just put a whole a heading hold on as well, and just fly GPS from here to there.
Yeah, it can do. All right, I've got to remember how to do that. Let's see. Active nav is going to be FMS. Sorry, I'm just talking myself through it. We want to turn on. Oh Jesus, where's the button? This is the trouble when you fly a different aircraft. You start forgetting where things are. Oh Jesus, you're gonna have to help me out here, G. AP, there it is. AP on.
All right, I think I got mine set. What were you needing help with?
So I've got the nav selected to the FMS. I've got my autopilot on. I just can't remember how to turn it on for the nav.
So you want nav, which is the third one from
Yes,
across the top.
yes.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
So that
Excellent.
will actually take us to the right out over the ocean
And then it
to
should.
intercept the
Yeah, that's okay.
intercept the course line.
That's
So that's
fine.
okay.
What altitude are you setting
And
yourself to?
I've set mine at 5,000. I might, although that's pretty much on top of the cloud level there, just which is it's quite nice. So we'll stick to
5,000?
that at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Climbing to 5,000. I'm right in cloud at the moment, so it's not
Oh yeah, I
particularly...
see. You're right. You're right below me
Yeah.
on my left.
What speed are you aiming for?
Let's have a look.
Oh, you got to set a vertical speed on this, don't you?
Yeah. So to set the vertical speed first, and then it will swap over to altitude hold
No, that's the way.
once you get there.
There we go. Tracking inland, sorry. Feet are wet. Currently going to be feet dry in a sec.
Yeah, I've just started making a left to intercept the course line. So current ETE is 23 minutes, which
That will come down eventually. Yeah.
yeah, that's once we turn on the heading, that's fine. So I might speed it up to around about 200 knots.
200 knots.
Does the aircraft have a? It does have a speed hold.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually it doesn't. That's just changes the speed scale.
It's okay. Once you start heading inland, it will speed up.
Yeah.
It's gone down from 24 minutes to 21. So.
Yeah, I'm at 20 minutes. I'm also doing 210-ish, so somewhere between 200 and 210 will be fine.
Mhm.
So just crossing the beach at the moment, so I'm just going feet dry.
Yep, I'm feet dry.
Which is more of a military term than a civil aviation term, but that's fine. We'll mix our terms.
Yeah, I think we use it just to see where each other are. Like it's a good little nomenclature to indicate we're over land or over water. So it's handy to use.
Yeah, it's in.
Yep,
What's the word?
I'm right behind you here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll just see you slowly coming down to my altitude. That's actually quite a good view.
Oh yeah, I see you.
What's your speed? We're literally on the same flight path.
Speed is 202.
I might just throttle back a bit so you. Oh, I'm gonna go right over the top of you.
In the simulators, like we also play DCS quite a lot. We've got probably 500 hours each in that.
Just tracking over the top of you.
I gotcha. And yeah, we'll probably more than not just swap terms that we use in both games just due to habits. So if anyone has any questions on some of the terms we may be using and don't understand them, feel free to give us a shout out in the comments, and yeah, we'll be more than happy to answer it in a upcoming episode.
Mm-hmm. I might be a little bit faster than you here.
Yeah, you're just a tad faster. Off to our right, you'll notice that's Kingston Airport. That's one of the markers that I mentioned last episode that will show up when we're near airports. So yeah, off to our right at 4 nautical miles. That's yeah, Kingston Airport, Kingston southeast to be precise, because there's also a Kingston in the Riverland. But
Not to be
yeah,
confused with the King's Coat on Kangaroo Island.
or the Kingston in Jamaica. There's actually there's a lighthouse at Kingston, I believe.
Oh
There's
yeah,
also a big crayfish or a lobster.
at
Um,
Kingston, yes, there is too.
can't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, can't remember its name. It does have a Larry, I think it was Larry the lobster.
yeah, right.
I think its name was. But no, it's a huge lobster that's probably 10-15 meters tall, and yeah, it's just a tourist attraction that's at a roadhouse or a place where you can stop off and get food and that sort of stuff.
They don't serve lobster there though.
I don't think so, no.
It's a bit.
Although Kingston is a good place to go and
It
get
is.
lobster and crayfish, and well, same thing really. Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of people travel from Adelaide down there when they've got time, take their boat out and catch some crayfish.
I'm just throwing back a bit here, G, so you can catch me up. So.
Yeah, all good. I'll throw it up a little bit.
How do you change the? Oh, that's right. The map functions on this bottom one, isn't it? MFD. So I'm just talking to myself about the range. Ah, shit.
That's a lot of trips to Kingston, Ollie. If you're driving past there 4 times a year.
Yes.
It was actually up. They were going to demolish it not long ago, because it needed severe maintenance and a lot of other things, and they ended up raising some money to keep it going for a little bit longer. But I don't know what the fate of Larry is going to be in the coming years.
Yes. This is Wing It, the show we talk about lobsters.
Yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff. Fake lobsters.
Fake lobsters. Actually, I think
topic of today.
last time I was there, it was in a need of a good coat of paint. It was looking a bit, it wasn't very orange. It was off orange.
I think we know what the stinger for this episode is going to be.
It's just passing below me, mate. I've got a whole bunch of cloud ahead of me, so.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little thick, isn't it?
Do you want to climb below this, or?
I would descend below this.
That's actually a good point.
Climbing below this might be a bit different.
You could, if you inverted, you could climb below it. Yeah. All right, well, just go down to 3,000.
Let's go down to like 3,000 and see what it's like down there.
Yeah. All right.
And these clouds are very, very pretty, but I think people might want to see a little bit more of what's on the ground. Not that there's much better down there either. It's just different color, really.
There's no hazards we need to be aware of around here. Any mountains?
Maybe a cow or two, but that's about it.
Descended to 3,000, mate. Oh, look at that. That's a nice shot.
Oh, jeez. That's a really good shot. If you had been a little bit further back, you would have landed on my roof just then.
I'm just going to use my drone cam to try and fly towards you.
Yeah, I haven't got the hang of using that drone cam yet. It's very useful for cinematic shots and everything, but it's a little yeah.
It's a little slow, I found. Like it should speed up the further you get away from your aircraft.
Yeah, or maybe automatically speed up the longer you hold the movement key or something. But you have to manually set the speed, and it gets a little hard to manage. It does have some pretty cool features though. Like there's you can change the exposure, and you can change the
Hmm.
all sorts of settings and stuff for it to get really nice cinematic views and like photographic shots. But
Uh, this cloud level might just be at 3,000. We'll see. The base. We'll see.
yeah, you're right, Ollie. For it's one of the big attractions of Australia. So for people who aren't aware, Australia has a fascination with big things. So we have things like the big pineapple and the big banana and the big orange and
The
Larry.
big lobster.
There's the big lawnmower. There's a big bale of wool. There's the big merino. There's all these things that are just big. And when we say big, like the merino is like 20, 30 meters tall, and the bale of hay again is like 4 or 5 stories tall. These are just really, really big places, and they're all tourist attractions. Some better than others. Like the big banana is like 20 meters long or something along those lines, and the big pineapple and all sorts of these things. And it's kind of a running joke. It's just Australia's just got everything big. Um, but I've been to most of those ones, and yeah, it's just a quirk of Australia.
We're just on the base of this cloud. I might just go down to 2.8.
It's a little hard to see just here.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to decrease to 2,800. Should you just be below cloud there? It's actually quite fluffy, these clouds.
Yeah, very nice.
Our ETE is 10 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, I think that will be the perfect spot to end this episode. So we'll land. We'll do a straight in approach, and we'll land at Mount Gambier, and then in the fourth episode we'll go and do some sightseeing.
Yeah, did you want to point out maybe the lakes on the approach, or because they're pretty close to the town?
Yeah, we might be able to just do a quick flyover and
Yeah.
show the lakes, and then yeah, we'll take a closer look at them, and might do a nice low flyover in the next episode.
Mhm.
Speaking of the next episode, what do you think our next leg should be?
Yeah,
Like
throw us
where do you think we should aim for?
Yeah, you're asking me. You're asking the viewers.
Oh no, I'm asking you.
Oh,
What
okay.
do you reckon?
I think Mount Gambier to, I don't know, Warrnambool would be okay. That'd be a short trip, or either that Mount Gambier straight over to like the Grampians or Avalon or something. That'd be a bit longer, but
Yeah, Warrnambool's probably 20 to 30 minutes away with flight time, especially in like something like the TBM.
hmm.
Uh, there is a little bit of, as I said, sightseeing to around Mount Gambier, so that's probably a good place to go.
Yep.
Then, as you said, Grampians is probably an interesting place
Yeah.
to have a look at as well.
We could do next
Uh,
episode could be Mount Gambier to Warrnambool, and then Warrnambool up through the Grampians to Avalon for the episode after.
yep, that might
Um,
be 1 or 2 episodes for
hmm.
that flight, but yeah, that sounds like
Actually,
a interesting.
I am not aware of any airport around the Grampians. There might be a strip we could land at. I'd have to look that
There's
up.
probably one at Lorne, I would imagine, or
Hmm.
Stawell. Stawell probably has an airport. I would not Lorne, Stawell. Lorne's on the coast. Yeah, Stawell, I would imagine has an airport which is not
Yep.
far from Grampians. The other question is if we do that, we might end up missing the Great Ocean Road as well. So
Yeah, the 12
we might have to
Apostles.
pick
Yeah.
one or the other.
Well, you could do. I think the 12 Apostles are a little bit further from Warrnambool. Yeah, but they're about the same distance than your Grampians, I'd imagine. So we could do Warrnambool, 12 Apostles, and then inland to the Grampians. I don't know. Well, we'll have to think. So we're just plotting our next route.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we could always fly to the Grampians, have a look around there, fly back to Warrnambool, and then fly along the coast.
Hmm.
There's options. I'm just going to turn my autopilot off here and fly manually under these
Yeah,
clouds.
it's
I'm still
clouds.
sitting in the cloud layer.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the
I mean,
same.
it looks very nice, but yeah, it's the cloud
Yeah,
layer is very very low.
it is. Yeah, it's fuck all.
I'm down to nearly 2,000, and
Still
I'm
there.
just under it. So
All right, flying below the cloud.
going on from the what I was saying last episode about flight sim economy. There's also a program that's a standalone program that doesn't use a web interface called Air Hauler, which I've played quite a lot. It does very much the same thing. It has a few different options, and personally, I prefer it over to FS Economy. Unfortunately, it's not out for Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. It is, as far as I'm aware, being worked on, but it could take a little while before they release a Flight Sim 2020 version. If people would be interested in us setting up a company in probably Air Hauler or even FS Economy
Hmm.
in the meantime, and maybe doing another series of a little bit, probably won't be as talky as these episodes. They might be a little bit more just we'll fly probably be individual flights between us, so that
Yeah.
I'll be flying something, Amy might do some flights, but we'll probably have a shared company. And yeah, if people are interested in seeing some of those flights and just seeing how Air Hauler works, then let us know, and yeah, we might be able to set up another series for that at some point.
You're gonna love this, Chi. Just as we climb below that cloud, the clouds start disappearing.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, starts becoming scattered.
Oh dear. Oh well. We're getting pretty close to Mount Gambier here, so.
I'm being a little careful with the speed here. I'm going rather slow, but I have a habit of overstressing this aircraft, and I really don't want to
You don't want a
have
death
one of those.
cam?
I don't want a death cam or a death count so early in the series. I really don't want to be the first person to have a death cam, or a death count.
Yeah, I find anything under 200 is okay for this aircraft.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much as soon as you hit the some aircraft you can go into overspeed a little bit and then not too bad. But I
Mm.
find this one, as soon as you hit that overspeed, any amount of input on the stick instantly
Yep, stresses it.
just stresses it, and you end up in little pieces.
I've throttled back a little bit. We're about 6 minutes away from Gambia Airport. The
Cool.
airport itself's north of the town, isn't it? So I don't know if you want to track south slightly or just come straight in.
It's up to you. I'll just follow where you're heading.
Oh, we can always look at the craters in that the next episode.
Yep.
So
So also anyone who is watching and wants to leave a comment of some aircraft they might like to see us fly, feel free to leave some requests in there as well. We might stay away from the big jets until we have to do some oceanic flights. So if you have to fly, say from Sydney to New Zealand or something like that, we might pick one of the bigger aircraft. But yeah, if you want us to fly something specific, or feel free, or yeah, anything along those lines, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, we're just going to pick the things that we enjoy flying and are suitable for the legs.
very lush green farmland around here, no doubt because of the fertile soil from the volcanoes and such, limestone and that.
Yeah. Well, the this whole area is actually an area that they have a lot of forest plantations, like pine plantations. So it's everywhere you go down here, it's just pine forest after pine forest
I can
that's
see
been
some
grown
of
for.
the, you can see some of the lakes out to the right there,
Oh yes,
and the airport is right in front of me. Hard to tell. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of pine plantations. I remember that. A lot of
yep.
forestry. Yeah.
There's some wind turbines down here as well. Not sure exactly where they are from our location. I think off to our right there. But yeah, no, it's an interesting area.
I've slowed down quite a bit here. Just speeding up a little bit. It's so flat as well. Like there's not a lot of feature. Very flat. I mean, a lot of Australia is flat, but
Yeah, yeah, it's a little less flat than the Coorong and the areas we've flown over, which is all just farmland and everything. But yeah, it's still very flat. Once we get closer to Victoria, it starts to get
hmm.
quite bumpy, and there's some interesting sights along there. But South Australia is a lot of just empty farmland, so
I'm just trying to pick out some features in my cockpit. I think I can see the township off in the distance. I'm still trying to find the airport, so should be dead ahead.
I think you're right over it actually.
No, not quite.
Is that not quite?
No. Yeah, I got distracted a few times. It's like must be a few farms that have like grass strips or something. They look like they're runways, but or there's hangars lined along the road or sheds. You can see the mountains over in Mount Gambier over there, so that must be the township. Yeah, you can see the edge of the crater just there.
Ah, yes, yes, I see. See what you're talking about.
I can see the game load terrain in chunks at the moment as well. Was that?
Yeah, I noticed that as well. It was a bit distracting.
That's alright, we'll give it time to load. Clearly haven't flown this part before, so.
Actually, that's something else we never mentioned is that back in episode one, we had a few technical issues with performance and things, especially you, but you've upgraded your PC since then.
I have, yeah, I've upgraded it to a bit more of a beefier machine, which is great. I'm just flying over the airport now, mate. Yeah, so it's running a lot nicer, so I'm not having the issues I was having before. I'm just overhead the airport now, G.
Ah, yes. I don't know how long it's been up there, but the airport marker is up there as well, telling me exactly where it
Ah,
is.
right.
It's probably been there forever, and I've just been ignoring it or totally missing it. But yeah,
So there's two runways. There's one facing towards the township. Actually, there's three runways. I've actually been here before, so I might land on the one that's facing the town. So that's runway 36, it looks like. Yep. So I'm just doing a downwind leg now, mate. So the township in front of me is Mount Gambier itself. As G said, we'll cover that off in another episode. There's a few things to see around there. So I am going in for a landing.
There's a lot of little runways down there, isn't there?
Hmm. Yeah, it's quite. I've driven past the end of Mount Gambier Airport, but I've never actually took note of how many runways there are.
Landing gear.
Yeah,
Landing
I've
gear.
flown there during a air hauler flight in FSX long time ago, but yeah, I couldn't remember exactly the layout or anything.
This is a bit of a weird approach I'm doing, but we'll get it down. Oh, I stole it. Fucking hell. That was close. Alright, I'm on final.
I find this aircraft doesn't like to slow down either.
Yeah, it slows down a bit with the flaps down, but yeah, it's a slick plane. I'm on finals for 3.6.
It's got a nice high flap speed though. Like you can put flaps down pretty high at high speed.
I don't think I'll need the reverse thrusters.
Does this have
It's got reverse pitch, yeah.
reverse pitch? Yeah.
You won't need it if you. Alright, I'm off the runway.
Nice. I'm just turned on to final. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks to those landing challenges that I was doing last night.
Trying to beat my score.
Yeah, that's gonna haunt me for a very long time. I'm gonna have to hold on to those couple that I do have that I've beaten you at.
We should do like an episode where we just do that all night, just try and beat each other's scores.
Yeah, that could be fun. Do it on a weekend where you're drinking and I have a chance.
I mean, to be honest with you, I did most of those with Jack the night of having a Friday night drink, so.
Ah, great. Make me feel even worse. Great.
No, I'm just going to park it up here and I'll wait for you. There's kind of a weird taxiway. It goes onto another runway, so.
All right.
You'll see what I mean.
Oh, right, you turn onto the other runway and then
Yeah.
off with it onto the taxiway. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. There's a car right in front of me here. I might just park in this nice white area. That sounds right. Striped area. Yeah, why not? I don't know if that's a parking spot or not, but it will do.
Well, here we are at Mount Gambier on our second leg of
Nice.
our trip.
We'll just turn off this thing.
I like this aircraft. You turn it off with just the crash bar at the top.
Nice one. There's a couple of other TBMs here as well. Geez, that's a fast taxi speed.
Gotta get places fast.
Oh, you're going to the Marshall, are you?
Yeah, somewhere over here is fine.
I picked the spot where I was because there was a spot next to me. Jesus. Oh, gee. That was a bit of a
Okay.
weird taxiway.
Is that better?
That's all right. Well, I'll see you next episode.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. As I said, you can catch all of Ami's perspective in his stream, which is linked in the description. I will
Likewise for you.
upload. Yep, I will generally announce on Twitter when an episode goes live, and yeah, feel free to join us next episode. Thank you all for watching.
Catch ya.